Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Treble Clef Project. Today I'm joined with another very talented special guest, and he's going to introduce himself and tell us about his involvement in the performing arts.
Hey everyone, my name is Gautum and I write and compose music, mostly soundtrack remakes and compose my own music for films.
Nice. So, when did you start composing music? Like, where did it come from?
So I always wanted to have people hear I always admired music in the backgrounds of like movie scores and stuff like that, and I always admired how when picture to picture, there's music behind scenes, like when a guy's walking down, battle scene, all those, there's music behind all of those parts. So that really kind of inspired me to start because I always, like I did piano lessons and then I quit because I didn't really like playing others people's music. I wanted to make my own music, right? So so I started composing music around 6 or 7 months ago, and it's gone really well. I've really enjoyed it a lot.
Who would you say are your biggest inspirations?
Some of my biggest inspirations are household film composers such as Hans Zimmer, John Williams. Hans Zimmer's written the scores for The Dark Knight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Inception, Interstellar, all really big name movies. John Williams, obviously, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, a lot of those big movies. So yeah, those two guys really inspired me to start getting into this. Yeah.
And what is that composing process like for you?
Um, so the process kind of just starts generating from an idea, right? Like I kind of mess around with keys a little bit. I try, different things. Um, but I always have to have like a set mood before I compose anything. I want to have like kind of a theme or a mood. So like if you were to tell me to compose something sad, I would try to find, a theme within kind of like a minor key or something like that. So I would always have like an idea before I start. Yeah.
And do you play any instruments?
Yeah, so I play piano. That's pretty much it. I'm not really formally trained in piano. Like I took lessons for a few years, but I quit because it got kind of boring. But everything I know right now is mostly self-taught. So yeah.
What do you enjoy the most about composing music?
I think kind of just, you know, composing music when it's done, you finally feel like you made something, right? And also during the process, you find new things that come up, right? Um, you find things that you've never like even thought you could like play before, right? You just get lost in the music, and it's really fun composing, and it's really fun, yeah.
What is something that you've learned from composing music?
Patience is the one thing, kind of taking your time to understand that you're not going to get everything right in the first try. It's going to take time to really find that the right mood, the right theme that you want, and it's never going to be perfect. Even now, like how I post stuff on Instagram, post all my music on Instagram and stuff like that. There's always something that I want to tweak. After I listen to it, I'm like, shit, I should have you know changed this part, and yeah, so there's always something you want to tweak, but I think patience is the biggest part to composing, and basically with anything that can apply to.
And how has the pandemic affected your music experience?
I think the pandemic actually brought me closer to making music, and uh, during self isolation, there's nothing you can really do. So I think I just got bored one day and I was just like, hey, what if I made something just out of the blue, by myself from scratch. So and then that's when I really started being like, oh wow, this is something that I really want to do. This is something that it's so yeah, I think the pandemic, you know I found a new passion for music in that sense.
And what do you use to compose your music? I guess like the tech side of it.
Yeah, so I use Logic Pro X. It's a very famous software, composing software. A lot of big producers use it, and I use everything I play is by keyboard. So yeah, so that's all I know. Yeah.
What is a memorable experience you've had with, music in general?
Um, Memorable experience. I think just having fun with it all, I guess, is the most memorable. Just I love making music. I love, having people listen to my music, which is it's pretty fun after you finish it. So it's really, yeah.
Why do you think the arts in music is important and why should it be encouraged in youth?
The arts and music in general, it gives you that. I think it really opens your creative aspect. I feel like a lot of people don't really pursue, like not pursue, but not really, they don't really show their creative side of their mind, right? And I think the arts, it allows you to, find things that you could have never imagined you could do, right? Like I never knew I wanted to compose music until, quarantine, right? The arts, really opened me up to the world of other creative aspects. So I think just the, yeah, I think just in general, the arts is, it can really bring out your creative side. I think that's very important for especially kids growing up, and especially if they're teenagers, like going into college. Creative aspect is really important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And what advice do you have for people who want to get involved in composing music?
Um, I think you just have to be honest with yourself. Um, if you really, I feel like composing music is, you can do anything you want, right? It's not, there's no right way to compose music, and that's something that I still have to learn, right? I feel like I always have to do things a certain way, but I think composing music, you should just allow yourself to be free, and I think that's the best part of composing.
All right, well, those are all the questions I have for today. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
being here and for sharing your
Yeah,
knowledge and experiences.
thank you, no problem.
All right, that's it for the video. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on Wednesday for another video. Bye, everyone.